And they have one strong leader and give you the one state.
And you are going to do it after me. Okay, music please. Awesome, guys. So I hope everyone woke up now. Whoever was sleeping. My first leader, who is going to be the first presenter, he is also very energetic, based in Charlotte, and his name is HD. He is known as like one of the best presenters out there, and he's going to with your business. So here I'm going to bring HD Shaw. You know that guy who looks like a Hollywood star when he walks on the stage. So here we go. Stage is all yours.
Morning! First and foremost, I am so excited. Thank you so much everybody for coming from different cities, different states. How many are here from Atlanta? How many are here from New Jersey? How many are here from West Coast? Yeah! There you go. How many are here from Charlotte? Alright. Charlotte is hosting you. Thank you so much. We are so glad to have you guys here. So let me get started. I like to do more pictures rather than less words. Pictures say 1,000 words. So a little bit about me in WFG. I started my journey back in 2015. Was just looking casually and then got introduced to the WFG business. I really had an intention to do the business, but I did not know what it takes to do the business. So I got started. I have a very good leadership, and they got me started. A little bit about me: 10 plus years of experience with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and then joined in 2015, and then opened up my own office at an associate level, 2015, and then got another office at SMD level, and then became SMD in 2017. Got my ring in 2020. And now I'm at almost $200,000. And then what brought me to WFG is the business model. And obviously the main thing is the financial literacy to financial independence. Not just financial independence. The route that is defined. Alright, next please. So, some pictures, and this is the cash flow. And obviously, before the WFG, my journey was 5% year over year. And then, what started with WFG was about 25% jump. And that's what excites me. If you go to the next slide, please. This opportunity has changed my life. This opportunity comes from one of the largest financial broker-dealer company. It exists as a multi-million-dollar worth of the business opportunity. It's backed by multi-billion-dollar worth of the Fortune 500 companies, and it exists in a multi-trillion-dollar worth of the American financial industry. So that's the power of this. So who are we, right? World Financial Group and its parent company, size, income, ratings, and rankings. Here we start with the World Financial Group headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. It is one of the largest financial broker-dealer companies. It's highest commission-paying company in the entire, world in the financial industry. It has one of the largest licensed field force. It's been in the business since 1991, so we are not new. If we were doing something wrong, we would have been out of the business long back. Transamerica is our parent company. This building that you see is in San Francisco downtown. It is the tallest building in San Francisco downtown. They are the headquarters for the Transamerica Corporation. They are started simply because Charlotte is a banking city. Bank of America and Transamerica were started by the same guy, A.B. Giannini, and then Bank of America was for the banking side and Transamerica was for the investment side. It got, basically it's now at one of the top 5 financial institutions. It has a market cap of almost close to $200 billion. It's in business for 150 plus years, since 1930 and almost as before. Aegon bought Transamerica. Aegon is based off Netherlands. It is world's largest insurance company. It is by the official numbers. And its market cap is now close to $600 billion. It's in business for 200 plus years. And if you go to any economy, any country, one of the top 3 insurance companies are in the relationship with Aegon. If you go to India, I'm from India, Reliance is backed by Aegon, if you know Reliance. So why do we do this particular business? Why do we consider this opportunity? Because there is a sad reality in front of us. There is a rapid rise of the real financial crisis. First and foremost is the financial uncertainty. More than 75% of the US workers are living paycheck to paycheck with no saving. More than 65% of Americans do not have any savings of more than $500 for an emergency. If there is a tire puncture, if there is the washing machine breaks, they all are panicking. Why? Because there is no extra savings. Second problem that we have in front of us is the retirement crisis. We need 20 times of our average annual income for retirement, and shockingly have no plan in place to build a stress-free and predictable retirement. And that's probably the biggest crisis we have in this country. Third one is the inadequate coverages. Almost 80% of Americans are either uninsured or underinsured, and America requires at least 10 times annual income worth the permanent life insurance protection, but 80% of us probably have nothing or null sum. Then there is kids' college planning. Parents are busy, kids are confused, counseling is hard, aid is harder to get, education is becoming very expensive, hence college financial planning is becoming very crucial. And the last but not the least is the economic uncertainty. Opportunities are rare, promotions are harder, automations, recessions and competition holds everyone hostile. Single income is not enough, multiple income stream and solid saving and strategies are alarmingly the need of the hour. So these are the main problems that we need to figure something out. Another one is let's do some sort of understanding, right? Lack of financial literacy takes us to the financial uncertainty. So some of the problems, you see the United States map here, and we are fortunate in North Carolina, we are in the financial education being provided at the school level, but when you look at the stripes, that's where the financial education is rarely available in school, and when you see the whites, there is no financial education in the state level, on the school level. There are 36 states in the US, they provide sex education, but there are only 9 states that provide the financial education. There is a priority, right? So financial issues are often not discussed, so financial products remains confusing. Most people have trouble reading the financial statement and balancing the accounts. We open accounts and cards based upon offers instead of objective and analysis, like 5% cashback bonus. We open the credit card. Do we need it? We stick our insurance policies in the cabinet, do not know any detail. We contribute to our 401ks, pay fees, see a dip, and yet we contribute to our 401k, pay fees, and see dip, and hope it's gonna be okay. And we all want to build wealth, have a perfect retirement, but very few of us have any kind of a plan. We love our kids, but for their debt-free college and life, very few of us have any kind of a plan. So let's do some self-assessment, right? Consequences are obviously clear, and if you have to think about these questions inside yourself, right? Do you find problems paying your bills and feel you're in some sort of a financial trap? Do you regularly keep saving at least 6 times of your monthly income? Are you permanently protected with 10 times of your annual income? Will you be retiring with 20 times of your annual income? Are you prepared to give a debt-free platform to your kids for their college and life? And are you paid for what you're worth from your job and business? Yeah. So if any of these questions are posing any kind of a red flag, orange flag, yellow flag, anything other than a green flag, you definitely are in the right room, and you should consider this opportunity very seriously. So here is I love pictures, sorry about that. 75% of Americans live on a paycheck to paycheck with no savings. So what's the situation? There is an average paycheck that comes in that has a 50% payment. There is a 50% going towards the cost of living, 24% is going towards the taxes, and then 20 to 23% are going towards the debt in rent, mortgage and all that. very few is left for the savings. And this is the situation for pretty much everyone. Then what they do is they put the money into the bank. Bank has safety but has no growth. If we go to the next one, then they get aggressive and then they go to the stock market. Stock has growth but has no safety. We like the third avenue where we have the safety and the growth. So what do? We do provide some sort of education where we help them to select the right things. What is the right education? That has a high growth and tax reduction with the benefits. So let's understand that. So here's the X curve. We like to make sure that while we are young, we have adequate coverage that will last long, so that if you protect your family if you die too soon, and if you also protect yourself when you live too long, bypassing the hurdles of inflation, risk, taxes, and health, and you can achieve the financial independence with the high wealth and the low debt. There is a wealth formula. A lot of us probably don't even know what the wealth formula is. I came here from the banking industry, and when Nita Lala, who recruited me, when she asked me that, hey, do you know what's the wealth formula? I didn't know. I have MBA in finance, 10 years of finance experience. I didn't know. All I knew is that my income is my wealth. But all other ingredients I didn't know. That's what I learned here, and that's what we teach. So there is a solid savings formula, and we have to follow that. To the next. Then there is the rule of 72. This is a very, very powerful rule. A lot of us, probably have heard about this from very different sources, but very rarely we actually understand and follow this. So Albert Einstein said that he who understands this wins the game. He who doesn't understand, he loses the game. What is the rule of 72? Whatever the interest that you receive or you're paying, whatever that number is, divided by 72, that many years it takes to double the money. So if you are receiving if you have a CD or MMA account with any kind of a bank, and you're receiving a 1% interest rate, you divide that by 72, it takes 72 years to double the money. Then, versus there are so many other strategies out there that can give you double-digit growth. Obviously, there is education and there is a lot of understanding that you got to go through that. What we also teach in US, and this is something I did not know, even though I have all this finance experience, that there are only 3 categories that the interest rate can be done. Fixed, variable, and index. This is the banking world. This is the brokerage world. And this is the third world in a good way, that we follow. But we have everything, right? Go to the next please. Then, we teach about the taxation strategies, right? So there is a taxable always, tax later, and there is something in a layman's language, tax never. So what it is, your income tax will always be there, but how the capital gain is, calculated, that's what we help people to understand. And then, depending upon where they want to be, then we figure out what kind of right interest rates and then right products. Go to the next one, please. Then we help them to make up a financial cornerstone. So a saving strategy that actually builds the protection first, followed by the debt management, followed by the emergency fund, and then gives the room to do the investment. And it should look like the growth, safety, tax advantage, and protection simultaneously. So when a person learns all of those things, right? So now he goes to the third side of the world, where he gets a safety guaranteed by IRS, minimum 0.75 interest rate, legal safety, no market risk, gets a growth, double-digit growth, maximum of like 15% interest rate, then has a tax advantage, legally elimination of the tax-free benefits for you and for your family, and then there is a protection. So you have a permanent protection, long-term care, retirement benefits, will and asset planning. So these are the new way of doing the savings. When you do that, what happens after that is then there is an effect. If you go to the next, the effect is there's the tax. One more. So the tax is now reduced, debt is also reduced, and the savings are widening up. It's like a Pac-Man, right? So Pac-Man is now hungry. What does a Pac-Man do? Now has more planning. More planning, better security of the life, financial plans, retirement, kids education, proper protection, all that. And the beauty is, client does not pay us. Institutions pay us. So that's where we win the game. Clients love us and institutions also love us. Go to the next please. So what do we provide here? We provide here 2 types of the workshops. Financial education workshops and the business education workshops. So these are the lists for the financial workshops. how to build savings and eliminate debt, how to plan for the stress-free retirement, how to build for the strong financial foundation, how to plan for the debt-free college planning, how to build the long-term wealth, how to plan for the medical expenses, how to do financial planning for your business, and how to plan for your legacy. Then we provide the business workshops, how to build the business mindset, how to prospect clients and partners, how to pitch the business, how to overcome all objections, how to negotiate with the client, how to close the transaction, how to build your brand and reputation, and how to build the multiple income streams. These are the some things like, when I joined, I knew nothing about all of this. So for me, I paid, what tiny token I would say, and I received something that, an MBA in finance and 10 years of the corporate America experience never taught me, and these are the most valuable, things. So after learning all these things, we are a multi-product platform. We follow this kind of a PFS. We start with the non-controllable events. So we do all kinds of the insurance and protection and the asset planning and will, followed by the controllable priorities in the life, which is education savings and retirement savings and debt reduction. And then we chase the growth opportunities. We never do the upside down. We do it the right way. And then we follow all these different product categories such as retirement plan, life insurance policies, offensive life insurance policies, kid college counseling and accounts, medical expense solutions, LTC and others, wealth estate preservation solutions, and then financial planning solutions for businesses. These are like almost complete suite of finance, except we don't take the risk with the mortgage and the credit side, and that's what I love also. And who do we do with, right? We are a multi-product company, and at the same time we are a multi-provider company. So we've got some of the big names attached to us. All these names are pretty reputable. They have a very big history, long history, and they are loyal to WFD in a hand-tight way in Canada because RBC, IVR, and Equitable Life of Canada. And overall, we got all these different companies. Of course, there are 150 plus companies out there. It's hard to put them into the one slide. So go to the next please. So, how do we make money, right? We call this as a builder's compensation plan. WFG actually became $1.1 billion commission paying company. It was in the news. It's such a big headline for any financial firm. We have 50,000 plus licensed professionals, and we get paid twice a week, 8 cycles a month. If somebody owns your small business, can people raise their hand if they own small business? You do. She does. He does. She does. If you have to write paycheck more than 2 times to your employee, is it a headache or is it a sweet spot?
I never like it.
Right? 1 billion plus in commission out in 8 cycles a month multiplied by 12, right? That many cycles happen without any flaw. Okay? So, and do we pay for those staff? We don't. So that's all taken care of. And the commission structure is such a design in such a powerful way that if you do things right way, you can actually bypass your current income from the second month onwards. So multiple active and passive income streams. If you go to the first one is your personal production. You earn commission when you write your own the new business, new policy, new account, and you reach the preset levels. Your commission percentage increases. Then there's a bonus pool. Qualified agents can earn bonus income that can multiply and compound your earning and potential, followed by incentive. We call residual income. Company values each producer and hence pay additional incentives to retain them. This is something David showed us. This is something Jonathan, you showed us. If you go to the next one, override spreads, generational overrides. As the business grows, you can build a team by mentoring and developing the newly licensed agents. As they write new businesses, you can earn a percentage of their sales through overrides. That's amazing. That's what Jonathan, you also showed. Expansion income. If you want to build a business in different parts of the country, US, Canada, and Puerto Rico, WFG provides a lot of support. Then last but not the least, travel the world, right? So, each year you can qualify for the variety of different trips. Hawaii is their flagship trip, they do that. I envy you, man. I missed it by this much. Alright, let's go to the next one. So, WFG is tremendous growth, right? All these things are not just for just to talk about it. I got my first one, and I'm getting in for the first time, and I don't like to show up, but I got it, and that's here, and I'm chasing that $250,000 ring against you. Okay. So these are some of the things, and the highest that it goes up to is a $19 million with Sean Wynn. And our leader Penny Roy, she cost $6.5 million. It's amazing, how people are making all this money. So when I had joined in 2015, I was shown this number. At that time, WFG had approaching $600 million, and I was like, wow. I come here from Wells Fargo Advisors, and I have not heard these kind of numbers in Wells Fargo Advisors or our neighbor, which is Merrill Lynch. And I'm like, okay, does this really exist? I don't know. And now, they're crossing $1 billion. This is not a joke. If this was a joke, it would have gone out of the business. So the reason why WFG is growing with such speed is because it's proven, it's scalable, it's fast, easy, education-based, and recession-proof. Recession-proof, I really want to talk about this. 2020, all of my family, I'm sure whoever is involved in the business, most of their family, people would have been saying like, that, hey, this is not the right thing, whatever and all that. Why they say? Because they don't know much about this company. But when 2020 came, my family put a challenge into me saying that the WFG, I don't think, in 2020 will survive. Not only survived, it grew tremendously and it broke the numbers. Let's go to the next one, please. So, what is our platform? Features are, it's the highest compensation in the financial industry, strength in selection, galaxy of solutions, power of choice, 150 plus financial institutions. Business model is to build leaders and trainers. We don't, build salespeople here. World-class recognition in events, industry-leading technologies, best usage of digital marketing and social media, and it's an equal opportunity for everyone. We welcome people from all walks of the background. And what are some of the declarations, right? Declarations wise, there is no financial service experience required. There are many who come here from no finance background at all. You can test out the opportunity, start part-time. Salesmanship is not needed. We actually condemn that. Unlimited earning potential is out there. Unlimited territory. There is no time clock. There is no quota, and no politics and no pressure. Where can you find all these sweet spots, being, checked off? Well, that's here, right? So, my journey, why I came to WFG is because, I was working with, can you go to the next? Career before WFG is like, that I had a 10 plus years of experience. It was a very good paycheck coming in. But the problem was like, that paycheck was 60, 70, 80 hours of a week kind of a work. And that workload was constantly, then the downside was there is a work stress and job insecurity and advancement demands. And then I started thinking about my dreams are growing big. My paycheck is growing, but at the same time my health problems are growing big too. I need to work on the health problems by bringing in the work stress down. And for that, I came across something with WFG. WFG provided me the opportunity to actually pitch the financial industry's power to the like-minded people, and then it started clicking. So what happened then? I came across this business and I went to the Vegas convention and I saw the biggest financial producer of the North America, Sean Wynn, speak about the WFG, and I'm like, wow, I never knew any of this. And I see 40, 50,000 people sitting in MGM and Mandala Bay, and I'm amazed. And I see David, I see Nita, and I'm like, these are the same people who were trying to tell me that this is the opportunity. So I grabbed the opportunity. I went to the conventions. Then I obviously, in the conventions, variety of different, people come across, I met with a lot of different leaders and gurus and experts and all that. And then I decided to plant my flag. 2015, that's David. We opened our office and Nita, and then we had a fantastic opening, And then the teamwork is the dream work. This is a business where you get the like-minded people to join hands with you. Then we, go ahead. And then the conferences are the best chargers, we say. Every conferences we have attended, it has done phenomenal progress to each one of us. Go to the next one. And happy hours, obviously, the right way to do things, And then another one is my thing is to give it back to the community. So we sponsor the concerts. We basically also, give out the charity to the Miss Asia Carolinas here, and then we also sponsor the Dragon Boat Race with our, hard-earned income through the WFG. Go to the next one. And then promotions and recognitions are like something that I always, vouch for. That drives me. Money doesn't drive me. So then, then there is all these trophies and awards and all the other things. But what makes me really happy about it is that I'm growing, all the teammates are growing. This is my last year's, performance. And over the period of year, the amount of families that I've helped out, the amount of the production that I've done, and how it has helped me. So I joined and stayed for the financial independence and community impact. It has changed my life, and I'm sure it has everything what it takes to change every one of his life. So with that, I end my presentation, and I welcome the MC guys.
Thank you so much, HD. It was a wonderful presentation again. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. I think he did such a good job that we have no questions. So yes, this is a wonderful business opportunity that has come to all of us, and we have learned a lot, and we are spreading the awareness. We are giving the financial education to people around us and helping the families. So that is our main why, helping the families. Okay. So now I'm going to ask for a few testimonies. I know Jonathan, you have a wonderful, I could say a story here. He started in 2002. He has been in this business for almost 20 years. So Jonathan, this is the first time I'm meeting you or seeing you. So thank you so much for your wonderful presentation this morning. It really helps to understand how that other 35% is used. That was a wonderful way of presenting and showing all the names. So thank you so much. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, for those actually, this is your first presentation. Can you raise your hand? Or you're the guest here? Well, welcome. And you know what? HD already actually shared quite a bit about the industry and all that, and I don't want to repeat all those. But I think that, coming from where I'm coming from, and this is going to be, by June is going to mark 20th year for me in this business. I came from, thank you. I came from electrical and computer engineering background in Bay Area, right? So I have no idea how big the market would be, the need in the industry, just like right now, when we talked about it this morning. Right now, this state, this country right now, while we're talking right now, it's actually, the clock is actually keep on changing, but we have $30 trillion in national debt, right? So that is going to be a big thing. So how the country is going to solve that problem? They got to tax more. Now at the same time, our Social Security is in a deep deficit state right now. So how are they going to do that? They have to tax more. And then guess what? And Seattle, which is Washington State, last year just being the first state, they are very gutsy, but they probably have to, which is pretty pioneer in a way, they would force every single one who actually work on the W-2 income, you have to pay a tax. The percentage is small, only 0.58% of your income, but there's no cap, which just means that you make 40,000, 0.58%. You make 400,000, 0.58%. To pay for a state-run long-term care program will give you only about $30-something thousand, right? You got to continue doing that. Now, guess what? You probably would think, well, that's Seattle, right? That's Washington. I'm not going there, right? But guess what? And there's 17 states. It's actually following Seattle right now. It's actually working on rolling out their own care plan right now. And how many of you are actually from North Carolina again? Can you raise your hand? Well, congratulations. Your state is being one of the 17 states. Right? And guess which one? Which one is the one that followed closely to Washington, which is the second one? It's actually the state that I'm from, California, right? So most of the state is actually there. So now what's that telling you? We got to watch out for that. The tax is going to be high. Right, so and right now that I don't know, in this area I didn't get a chance to take a look at the gas station on the price right now. What's the price right now in this? $5, $4, and what was that? Is seen anything lower than $4? $4.50. Guess what San Jose's $6. Right? By looking at, I just came from Maryland this morning, just by looking at that, I want to move over to that state already. Right off the bat, I feel like I'm making more money already, right? So you know what San Jose is about $6.29. San Francisco is $7 per gallon. And then how would you feel? You drive your car to a gas station, you leave with $150 in fuel at the tank. And that is happening. And then our inflation rate right now is at 7.8 right now, which is the highest in the past 40 years. Everything is actually only pointing to that direction, which just means that you really cannot hand your financial security to the state or to the company that hoping they're going to do something to improve your financial situation. I hope that you know about this. Now, but I'm not going to lecture on this, but I just want to share with you, 20 years ago when I first got started, I have no clue about this kind of stuff. My goal to get started in this business was very, very simple. I was an entry-level engineer. I was making $60,000, you know, and when I worked for 9 months, 2001, 2002 happened. Any one of you old enough to remember what happened in 2001 and 2002? The market crashed, especially when you were in Silicon Valley, the high-tech bubble burst. Right? If you take a look at any time the highway situation is similar to pandemic, it's actually in Silicon Valley in 2002. Because a lot of companies closed down, and you know, you can get on the freeway anytime and there's no traffic jam. And I still had my job. Our company had 179 engineers, and after 3 waves of laid off, 27 left. I was one of the 27. You know, but what I'm trying to talk about is I have enough common sense to figure out it's not because I am sharper than other people, smarter than other people, definitely not better looking than other people, right? When HD is right here, right? And then you know what? And guess what? One thing that I figured out is because I must be a lot cheaper than a lot of people. So they laid off the high income one and kept me in there. So now I promised my mom and dad, because when I graduate, I'm the first college graduate in my entire family. And while I was in school, my mom and dad both have 2 jobs. My dad, 2 jobs. Assembly line and also remodeling and construction, right? My mom, CD labeling company and a Chinese restaurant, kitchen helper. Both of them combined together, they really just make about like $57,000 income. When I graduate, I told them, I said, I'm going to take over the mortgage. I got my student loan, I got my car loan, talking about spend the money you don't have to impress the people you don't like, right? And then, so, you know, that was the time that I'm looking at my parents, and I knew if I want them to quit one job, I know that I cannot retire them at that point, but I want them to quit one job. So I told them I'm going to take care of the mortgage. So now that they don't need to do one job, they don't need to do 2, so they just need to do 1. And both of them combined together in that 2 jobs, it's about $40,000. And I knew, simple math, I just need to make $40,000 extra income, then I can retire both of them. But the challenging thing is I cannot walk up to my boss and saying that, hey, boss, I got a noble reason. I want to retire my parents. I just need to make $40,000 more. So instead of working 40 hours, I am going to work 80 hours. Can you pay me double? What do you think my boss is going to say?
You see the door?
Yeah, you see the door, right? You see the door, right? So that's something that I know. And plus, by then, I am getting salary. So I already work 65 hours. For sure that won't happen. Then I need to look for an opportunity. I have never run business before. For sure, at that point, I don't even know 401k, you pay tax later on. That's when I get started in the business. So I was looking into other businesses, but when I bumped into this one, when I said bumped into, is I was dropping off a friend to listen to this, and guess what? I actually paid more attention to the presentation than she did. Because when they mentioned the opportunity, I pay attention, I stay back, I ask someone, and my goal was just simple. 40,000, that's what my goal was. And that's how I get started. But lucky enough, I got great mentor. Right? The mentor first will talk to me like, Jonathan, you know what? Shifting from an employee to an entrepreneur, you got to think different. You cannot think employee anymore, right? Because only employee would have employee mentality, but you have to think entrepreneur, right? Number one. That's the number one thing he talked to me. Number two thing, and I hope that it will actually have a little impact to some of you. He asked me a question. It was a trick question. He said, Jonathan, what's your income? Right? And without even thinking, and I said, I got paid, right? Oh, they paid me $52,000. Remember that I make $60,000, and 9 months later I got a pay cut to 52. So I never got a pay raise in corporate America, right? So I got 52. So I said, they paid me $52,000. And guess what that gentleman said? And he said, Jonathan, did you pay attention to your answer? I said, what do you mean? I thought I answered the question. He said, you know what? I asked you, what is your income? And you answered me, they pay me $52,000. Do you know that they didn't pay you $52,000? They paid that position $52,000. He was pointing at the chair that right next to me. Said they didn't pay you $52,000. They paid that position $52,000. And you choose to sit in there. And that was my first entrepreneur coaching. That changed my entire career. And then I said, you know what? Just this alone would work so much already. And then I'm willing to come in and learn if they're willing to teach me on doing the business. But still didn't think big though. Still didn't think that I would be able to get to $1 million income. My goal was 40,000, am I right? So I worked hard to get to 40, and then I start thinking, you know what? Seems like I have no flexible muscle yet. I still have more energy that I can actually do better. Maybe I can set a goal of not only retire my parents, but lay off or fire my boss. So that would be good, isn't it? So all I need to do is make another 52,000, isn't it? Someone got my logic now. So 52,000. That was my goal. Because I really don't know how can you spend on 250,000? Because that was so big to me at the time. Am I right? So and then the next thing when you get there, just think a little bit bigger and think a little bit bigger. So now every single one of you in here, long story short, and I know you got your dream, the things that you wanted to do in your life that I don't know. My dream is to retire my parents. Right now that they're retired, now I have different dream now. So you will probably do the same thing, but hang on to what your dream will be. But the next question is that really, whether that you're currently doing right now, will that take you to the promised land? Will that help you retire a little earlier? And retire your parents a little earlier? And will have extra when they really need your help? And you will be, without a doubt, that you will be like, you know what, I have enough, I could help you out. Or send your kids to the school that they wanted to. Right? So all of those, if your job would be able to provide that answer to you in a much shorter way, put 100% your effort into it and make that happen. But if not, that means that you got to look for other opportunities. I don't know whether that this is actually for you or not, but if today whatever you see, it actually intrigues you in one way, you got to come in here and learn something. I promise you a few things in here. Number one, you're going to learn the financial knowledge that will benefit you for the lifetime. Number two, you're going to make some really good friends from all walks of life that you will have the resource on your hand. And number three, you're going to get some skill set and have a little mindset change, look towards life and how to handle things and how to improve your people skill, a whole bunch of things like that. And lastly, if you get a chance to learn all this and make this a career, things would happen. Now what it takes, right? What it takes to get started in this business, it's very simple. Number one, this is a highly regulated industry, so you need to pass a license. Yes, I know 70% is a tough thing to do, but it's multiple choice, right? Only 4 questions, A, B, C, D. If you don't know, pick B or C, right? So I mean, you will get it pretty much right. So and then the real thing is going out and learning in the field. And then you need to do a background check, make sure that you know, have no criminal record, and then or investment fraud if you're actually in the financial industry before and all that. And the firm is going to have a one-time only, right? One-time only administrative fee of $125. Treat that as your, now if you want to come and learn, treat that as your lifetime of tuition, right? Now if you really wanted to do the business, treat that as your lifetime, kind of like what? And then, how would I say? Like a membership in here, right? So that to set up your business, and that's how you do it in here. Now, the future is actually on your hand, right? The future is on your hand. I do see a lot of people, they have big dreams like this when they're starting out in their life, but and then when their income is so small, and then after a few laid off or failure in life and all that, and they just don't believe they could win again. Now, most of the people, what they would do is that they will shrink their income, but they will shrink the dream to fit into their income. And a few people, they will see some opportunity to stretch their income to realize their dream. And I really don't know which one you're going to pick, right? But if you make the right decision, we are here to help. And I pull out my phone because you know what? Yesterday, I was actually in D.C. When I was in D.C. and I was going to visit the FDR, Roosevelt's Memorial Park, and I saw this thing. I want to read it to you because I think that this is actually really the stage I think the company in, and also that where my heart is in right now. Right? This is what it says. The test of our progress, which is the progress of our society and the country. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. Right now, the need is huge out there. We need a lot of you that would come in here to serve the market out there, right? And all together, we could make a huge difference for the society first. At the same time, I could promise you, when you take care of enough people's problem, your problem will be taken care of. Right? So with that being said, make sure that you talk to the person who invites you, right? And learn how to get started, right? And get to know how to get the license and all that kind of stuff. All right? Hand back. Thank you very much.
Okay? So now I'm going to ask for a few testimonies. I'm going to invite Dalvin. She's our MD here. She has done a wonderful job in mentoring me. I still have the fear of public speaking, but she has mentored me so well. She has put so much trust in me. So thank you so much again, Dalvin. And please tell us what you have done and what this business has done for you.
Thank you so much. So yes, I'm the same girl who was here this morning and Rina took over my stage. So, guys, my name is Darpan Puri and I have been in the business since 2016. Yes, I'm a slow runner in the business because I own another business. I work over there full time, but still why I am still here. I am on MD level at the moment and I am working towards my SMD this year and hopefully that will work out. So I am working under HD Shop what happened at the first moment when I came in the business, what brought me into the business. So as a small business owner and also as a woman, we are mostly dependent upon our spouses, our fathers for everything that's related to finances. And we are like so dependent that we don't want to know anything. We are like, okay, we are all taken care for. And even today, when I meet so many women, I hear about like 80% women say the same thing, that, oh, well, I am all taken care for, I am that, like spoiled one, my father left something for me, and my husband like took care for everything, so I have everything, so I am all taken care for, I don't need anything. But they don't know life happens. And when life happens, what are you going to do? And even if life doesn't happen, you have to live your own life. You need to know your own thing, and you have to have your own knowledge. You cannot borrow knowledge from someone, no matter if it's your spouse or your father. So, as a small business owner, I was dependent upon my financial advisor for any kind of financial advice, my retirement, because I don't have an employer. I have to plan my retirement by myself. And when she explained me everything, it was just going over my head, because I do not understand, I don't have a finance background. Even people who have finance background, even those people do not understand those things, what we learned on this platform. Just like HD explained about, that wealth formula and how the money works, how can we grow our money with double-digit growth. What is the compound interest? I did not know that. So I was putting all my money was going every month in my investments, my retirements, and also my insurance. But I did not know what's going on with my money. So I was craving for that knowledge, already, that I need to know. I need to manage my own finances somehow. But how do I do that? I don't want to go to school again and like do that, master's or bachelor's finance degree and then, learn it. So luckily, it was just a matter of chance that HD was doing drop by stop by, and he stopped at my business. I own a spa in Charlotte. So he started talking to me about it, and I was like, okay, well, there is something that fits me, and I want to know more about it. So first thing I asked him, well, don't tell me to go to school again. I'm done with the school. And he's like, no, there is no school involved. That's how this plan works. So you also can get your license. It's just a learning process. Just learn and just try to do your own. You will be able to know that much that you will be able to manage your own finance. I was like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. So in that case, he was lucky at the first place, and then I was lucky that someone came to my door to let me know something that I wanted to know. So it took some time for me to understand what it is exactly about, and also it was like kind of too good to be true. But then they had an office in South Park at that time, like with a great big team. I went there a few times and met few people. Then there was a Las Vegas convention coming up. So they were like, I'm like, these people are bragging. 50,000 people? No way. And then I was like, okay, let me go see. So I signed up for the convention. I went there. I saw that big picture, and it was an eye-opener. When I saw, just like you saw David, Jonathan, and other people presented over here, and Jonathan and David showed their numbers as well, what they're making. Over there, even bigger than that, because there were so many big leaders came from across the country. I was like, yes, this is something real. This exists. It doesn't mean what we don't know, that doesn't exist. We have to go out there and explore. So now when I came back, then I joined. And then I started managing my stuff first. And then I was like, I already I'm in business. Why don't, just start it as a side hustle and try to make some money. Doing my own stuff, having my family, did everything right. Now I know what I am doing and what I need to do and what's happening with my money. So this is my story. I'm very satisfied to be in WFG, going as a side hustle. But yes, definitely I want to be, that independent one day. And I want to probably leave that business where I have to be there for 10 hours a day, and want to come over here, and maybe you will see my chart with $1 million here. Thank you so much. So first of all, I'm going to call Rena Roy from Charlotte, North Carolina team. And she's going to tell us how she has grown so fast in just a few years. And she's an MD in my team. And here, Rena Roy.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I just realized I have the same outfit. Thank you so much for coming to Charlotte. I know everyone has come from far away. I'm very, very thankful to our leader here, HD. He has done so much for us. I can say that my background is very simple. I used to be a teller, but I worked for my temple. And he came one day and he just told me, do you know how money works? And I was like, not really, but I pay my bills, that's all I do. He's like, just come for a class. And that's how my journey started. And now I have my entire future laid in front of me. I have my retirement plan, I have my annuities in place, my IULs. Right now I feel so much more confident. Before I had absolutely nothing. Now I know that my future is taken care of, and I'm of course in good hands. Now we are under the leadership of David, and David is every day teaching us so many new things. So thank you so much, everybody. And if you are newcomers here, if I can do it, you can do it too. So thank you so much.
Good job, Rena. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. So, next one I'm going to call is Khanjari Joshi. Khanjari also belongs to our Charlotte, North Carolina team. She works under HD Shaw and she just joined the business about 3 months ago, and rest she is going to tell by herself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Yes, good morning everyone, welcome. And like Barbara mentioned, I have joined the business in December of 2021. And just 3 months here, I was blessed to be able to attend the Business Academy in Atlanta in early January. And then I definitely attended the Vegas convention. And it has bumped me up so much that from a trainee associate to an associate level, I've already crossed that in February. I joined the business because I was into a troubled marriage, and my like any Indian family, finances are usually taken care of by husbands, and I was kind of lost, and I was like, I need to take care of my finances, and I need to kind of become a good role model for my daughter as well. I have a 9-year-old. So that's where, she was like, you want to go ahead and check it out. Just check it out. Just like Lena said, check it out. If you like what you see, then we'll talk about it. If not, there's no pressure. And the reason why it stuck to me also is because we've been friends outside of WFG as well. So it was more like a trustful friend that I could kind of lean on. So I definitely saw a few things, and we went through the BPM, and I was definitely interested. I was licensed already, so he was like, you already have one hurdle passed, so you just have to join and you just have to start. And here I am. So one of the pretty team, one of the members of the pretty team. So I'm blessed. Thank you.
Khanjari. The next person I am going to call is Reshma D'Souza, and she is from our New Jersey team, and she is going to let us know how she is feeling being in WFG and what were her challenges.
Good morning everyone, and thank you and welcome everyone here. Actually, there is nothing on the side here because my mentor just told me that I should speak about something, and you see I'm a little nervous because I don't have the experience to talk in front of the crowd. But I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey. I am a finance professional. I worked as a regional accounting manager for a manufacturing company for a long time, so I'm in finance for a long time. And I just, during COVID, everybody was working from home and this opportunity came and I said, what the heck, I'll just go and look at this BPM and see what they are trying to tell me. And even when I looked at it, I said, I'm well settled, I have my insurances, I have everything covered for my daughters, everything is taken care. But when I attended the sessions, it was just a big eye-opener. Like I was always in finance and I always thought like I am like all taken care of it. But when I listen to my mentors, especially I have really great and inspirational mentors like Anita and Rita and Vijay. It is so fantastic. Like I literally changed every single my policy that I was owning, and I have a great policies now for my daughter, for myself. Like I feel so blessed. I mean, even if like you don't get anything like a joint ownership, like you are just owning some important part of the future. And I really like even the team. Like not only is about just learning the finance, but I really think you learn a lot and you grow as a person and as an individual. So I really appreciate that you made the opportunity. And I really like my piece of advice is to the newcomers, especially that I think this is a great platform, great people, great mindset, a winning mindset, and I think if you just put a little bit of effort and energy, I think you can do wonders.
Thanks, Reshma. That was amazing. Good job. So, as Reshma said, like financial literacy is everything. So before she did not know anything, how she was in other hands and trying to do whatever people were trying to tell her. But now she knows what she needs to do with her finances, how can she take care for her family's, family's financial future and her own future and retirement. So that's how this business impacts our own knowledge, and also we can teach people, teach family, teach our kids and everybody out there and spread the knowledge. So this is all it is about. So now next guest is going to be Shivani Sanjay.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Shivani Sanjay and I started this journey. I came here to United States as an H4 dependent visa. But it was always, my goals were always set. I knew that, the guy I'm marrying is somebody who's going to push me to achieve whatever I need, right? And when I came here, as soon as I got my EAD, Chirag was looking for an admin. And that's when I actually met him and felt like, let me just start with it because my day's routine, everything was screwed up. So I started with Chirag and I used to hear him talking and giving presentations. And I used to always come back to him and ask him questions about something that he has said in that presentation. So he would give me certain things to go back and check with my husband. So, that is this sorted, is this going good? Can you tell me what's happening here and stuff. So that actually made me go back and ask him right questions that would actually help us secure our future as well. But then sooner or later, I just got so much interested into it that I went to him and I said, hey, this is something I also want to pursue. If there is an opportunity like this, why not? So, and he supported me and I started this journey and it's been going super well, I think, because I gave my exam in December and started working on my 3-3-30, did my 3 recruits in the month of February, did 3 recruits again. In the month of March, we're going a little slow, but I'm just really happy that I have my 4 team members joined here with me, and it's super encouraging, and I just wish them all the best, and I wish myself all the best, and I wish you all the best. It's going to be rough, it is challenging, but I feel that if we put our heart and soul into it, I think we can all achieve that. Thank you.
Congratulations, Shivani. Just keep going. You will succeed. Yannick. Is Yannick here? Welcome, Yannick. Share some words with us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yannick McLeod, and I am from the High Point Financial Center in High Point, North Carolina. Well, I've been in this business for a very short period of time, and I must say that for the time that I've been here, I've realized that this is a very good platform for financial education and for solutions that we provide to families. Now, personally, I joined WFG because I wanted to learn, one, how to better understand how money works, and two, I wanted to know the secrets to building wealth. So when my friend and my business partner introduced this business to me, I thought, well, why not do it? Here's my opportunity. And so I did. And after the second presentation, I remember, I learned enough to know that I wanted to become licensed because I wanted to be able to help not just myself and my family, but specifically help others. And that's what this business has offered me. What I like about this business is not just that we provide solutions and we have the opportunity to be business owners, but I like watching the transformation in people moving from financial insecurity to financial security. Now, I do understand that not everyone sees it at first, and that is my biggest challenge right now. And I must say thanks to George, because he said something that I'm going to run with. He said that we need to understand our clients' why. If we don't know the why, it doesn't matter what we tell them. If we don't get it, if we don't get that, they don't get it. And if it doesn't click for them, if their problem doesn't click to the solution that we can offer, then they'll never move. So understanding our clients' why is something I'm going to pay attention to, practice more, because that is the way we're going to get to people. If we know what their deep needs are, then we can provide it. Because team members, business partners, we know why we're here. We believe in our platform, which is why you're here today, which is why you traveled all over to be here. So we know we have a good thing, but until our clients see that, then it's never going to happen. So thank you.
Thank you. So if we don't find our whys, people don't know, right? So we have to find our whys first in order to let others know why they need to be here. Dr. Mushtaq. I want to call Dr. Mushtaq on the stage, please.
Thank you. My name is Mushtaq Mehmet, and I think I've been introduced earlier too, that I'm the oldest person in the group. Whatever that means, but trust me, I'm young at heart. So I retired about 5 years ago from Washington State University. I'm a veterinarian and educated in this country for many, many years. Came as a very young student in 1975, to be exact. I think many of you in the crowd were not born at that time, I think. So after teaching 35 years in 4 different universities, I retired. And so when message came to me to join WFG, I was not really sure what it is. So I kept on asking if it was some kind of scam. And once I was told that you have to get a license, so I live in Atlanta, so got the license, and then trying to change the mindset, as we had talked about so many times. It is not easy for people like me who have been on W-2 for 35 years and didn't have to worry about the salary, the check comes in the mail, and now you have to change your mind to try to get in the business. But what I've come to realize is that if I had this message even 20 years ago, probably I would have retired in much larger amount of money than what I have today. But that's not really, for me, why I'm with WFT. I'm a Fulbright scholar, and I travel to many countries. That has taken me to about 26 countries, many of them developing countries. So the last time I was in Mali, West Africa, very poor, what you call in English, dirt poor country. And you see these children are running around without shoes, no schools. So when I talked to one village elder, I said, don't you have a school over here? So we don't have any money. So to cut long story short, the gentleman told me that if we had $10,000 a year, just in 1 year, we can run the school for a whole 1 year. And I wish I had $10,000 to give to him to run the school. So that's one of my why that I would like to help communities.
Darpan, that was a wonderful testimonial. I know we all struggled in the beginning, is this right, is this a scam, so many stories. But finally we know that yes, this is a good money-making opportunity that has come to us. So now I'm going to invite Daniel. Daniel is our next testimonial. I know Daniel from the Zoom world. She's my rock star. I really appreciate and I have learned a lot from you, Daniel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rina. Thank you for letting me share. And for me, I'm a small business owner too, and I have been a small business owner for all my life. And coming to this country, and as a small business owner, have no person taught me about the qualified retirement plan. Okay, all I understand that I need to work hard and make my business profitable, right? So that I can save money for my retirement. How I come to this organization is one day, a good friend of mine who at that time was a WFG agent and called me and said, hey, I know Danielle, you work so hard, you have been working so hard. And I believe you have everything in place for your retirement because she knows that I'm working to my retirement age. And I said, what is retirement plan? I have everything, I have all my money sitting in my warehouse inventory. That's all I have. And I have nothing else. And she said, we have a meeting that open to public and share the information. And would you like to come? I would like to invite you to come. That's how I came to the office, and that's how I met David. And after the presentation, I started panicking because I know that I missed a great opportunity to save money for my retirement. And David encouraged me to come in and learn. And I think knowledge is very valuable, right? And I joined right away and I learned. The more I learned, and the more panic I was. And with the help from the knowledge and with the help from David, I finally, little by little, restructured the financial foundation for myself and for my family. And I started to have protection. I started thinking of long-term care, but you know what? It took me 7 years to find a long-term care product for myself. And after that, and with David's encouragement and help, I go out to share what I learned. I believe many out there, just like me, have no way to learn and have missed the opportunity to structure a solid financial foundation for themselves and for the family. And my wife staying in this business, as Kentura said, I am the slow runner, okay? But I know that this is the great business opportunity. And in being a small business owner, I struggled. I cannot control the destiny of my business. I am in the hospitality industry, and you know that in the past 2 years, my business got hit a lot, right? But fortunately, I survived. And fortunately, I have another business opportunity stay here. And now I more and more understand this is a unique business. This is the only thing that I can guarantee that I can build a solid financial foundation and a retirement income source for myself and for my family. That's the reason I grab every opportunity to learn, and I want to grow my business, and I understand that in order to grow my business, I need to grow myself first. That's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. He has been in Charlotte for a long, long time. I know his family. They come to the temple a lot. He has been in the WFG business since 2015. He has earned his rank in 2020. He has a beautiful office in Valentine, if you guys know that area. He has worked with a bank, Bank of America and Wells Fargo. And what brought him to WFG? It's the educational platform. He loves to educate people, give them the financial knowledge, give them the financial power, and help them achieve their financial goals. So you all know him as the best looking guy after Chirag Patel. Thank you so much, Amy.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, everybody. Good? You guys enjoying? Yes. It's almost feels like, like a stress dream come true kind of a thing. Why is a stress dream come? Because, for last whole week, the sleep has been like almost next to none. Last night, no sleep at all. But I appreciate more New Jersey team that they drove and then they did not sleep, it's more. So this was a very powerful event with you all. Many of you who are guests here, probably don't have any idea, and I'm amazed by how much Jonathan, you and others have shared. So I hope you have learned something new about our company. And if you were invited by somebody, make sure you go talk to them and have a word about your feedback, your opinion, and what would you like to do about this particular opportunity. There are 3 avenues in front of you. One is, you can come on board with us and you can, test the water. Second is, you would want to, if you don't want to test the water, but you may want to assess your portfolio. So you may want to check your saving strategies, like the doctors do what they do to your health, right? We do to their health. And if neither one of those two, then the third would be like, you may know somebody that may benefit from this powerful information. It has changed my life. I'm sure it can change, your life too. But it's just like, are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about your loved ones? And if you do, then, make sure you talk to someone who invited you. And with this, we are ending this session here. We are going to take a very quick lunch break. This room will have to be, there is no food allowed in this room. There's a lot of places to eat nearby, and you want to go grab a bite, you can do that. If you want to bring it, lobby is the right place. And then we will reconvene at 12:50, I think, yes. 12:50 is when the doors will shut down, you will not be able to hear it. And for all those who are new, if you like what you saw, and if you want to come on board, you can stick around for the rest of the session. You don't have to pay for the membership, the registration fee for this event, Just become a member and then you can continue. Alright? Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for that.
Today is a very special day. The reason some have the Charlotte team that can have a Hardik team can come here too, and they want to take few seconds to recognize all your team. come here for we get to open at this event. Yeah. Let's do the very quick. So, the girls are one recruit away from explosion. I'm pretty right. I just need to have one strong leader. I can build one city. And they have one strong leader. I can build one state. So I'm pretty right. This is the beginning for the Charlotte team and for the North Carolina team. And I know with strong leadership, Hadi and the whole team, and this team just have I can say next 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year, you're going to see what is going to happen for that. I only see it for that. So you want to recognize for their hard work, and also just one thing that not just they have spent a lot of time and all Hadi, he spent his own personal money for this event. They only stay for $10 for ticket, right? You can only cover small percentage of the rent. Yes, I also contributed something, but cover and also in the event. That's for the ownership mentality, right? And so hopefully we really appreciate and because it's provide opportunity for all of us, right? Okay, that's what I said before we start to have an easy class, and thank you very much.
Thank you.